Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Race Car. And on today's episode, I'm going to show you how to configure your idle settings with a drive-by-cable throttle body. So for those of you that have a drive-by-cable throttle body, i.e. metal cable hooked up to the accelerator pedal in your car, what you have to do with Holley is a little bit different than the drive-by-wire. So the theory is that you want to be able to get the car to barely start and do a TPS auto set procedure and make that your 0%. So there's a couple different ways about how to go about doing that. And the one method that I found very effective is actually getting in the car, giving it a little bit of gas on startup and starting it. And the way that works is that you're gonna give it enough air to get the system started. And then as you slowly release the pedal, you're gonna see where the car stumbles. So as this throttle body is coming back in, it's gonna eventually close shut. And then when you want to configure it, you're gonna try to get as close as possible to close or to your specific idle set point. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop in the car. We're gonna take a look at some of the ways to achieve this just using the Holley dash. And then we'll go from there. So we're back in the car now. One of the things I wanted to show you is that you don't need a laptop hooked up to the car to do a TPS auto set. So in the Holley dash, you're gonna have this little button down here. It's called tuning. Sorry, the brightness is a little high right now. So we're just gonna click on tuning. It's gonna pull the tune file down. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to system setup. And then you're gonna scroll down a little bit. So let's see. And you're gonna find the section where it says Start TPS Auto Set. So this is 100% similar to as if you had a laptop hooked up to the Holley and you clicked on the little drop down arrow and you started the TPS auto set procedure. So you click on this and it's the same messaging. Make sure the ignition is on and it's not started, or on but not started. And then when you're ready to start, click OK. So we're gonna do that. So slowly press the pedal to the floor, then slowly release the pedal. Do this twice. Let's see, I've got my foot on the pedal. Once. Twice. So after that's done, you hit OK. And it says the TPS auto set was completed. So you close and you're done. That's it. Now we can actually go about getting the idle set up correctly. So everything looks good. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to the dashboard. And yeah, we're ready to start the car. So as it is right now, my TPS is set to 0. I have good battery voltage. This car, however, will not start. The throttle body is completely closed. So if I give it some fuel, and I hit the ignition. See how it immediately died? It's because there's not enough air going into the system. So one of the ways you might want to be able to get some air into the system is give it a little bit of throttle. And don't be afraid to give it a little bit of throttle to start the car. So as you can see, by giving it a little bit of throttle, you're going to be able to start the car. So what you want to do is go back to the front of the vehicle and start changing the set screw so that this value changes. And then from there, do another TPS auto set so that you're back at 0 value. So the Holley system will continue to idle correctly. So I found that giving it around 6% will get me to that idle RPM. So what you want to do is you want to back off until you feel the car start to stumble. So theoretically, if I adjust the TPS set screw to get me to that value, the car should start up no problem. So let's go test that. So as you guys can see, my TPS is set to 0 after just running the car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to the front of the vehicle. And if you really have never messed with these, it's super easy. What you do is you just turn it clockwise to raise the throttle body blade. And so what I'm gonna do off camera is I'm gonna raise this till I get to my value of 4%. That's what the car seemed to be happy with. And we'll try to give it a start. All right, so I've adjusted my throttle body blade to where I want it to be. And the way that I've tracked that is, you know, make a couple of turns, come back and just see where you're at on the dash. You can see I'm at my 4% that I wanted to start with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the TPS procedure again, set it back to 0, and try starting the car. All right, to recap, so we're at 4% right now. I'm about to go into the TPS procedure. So we're gonna start the TPS auto prep procedure, follow the prompts as we did last time, and then we're going to reset it so that we are at our new 0. That's number 2 right there. There you go. Hit OK. That's it. And as you can see, we have been factory reset to 0. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to our main page. Let's go back to the dashboard. And so, you know, same procedure though. We're still going to give it a little bit of gas. So that's going to be a high idle to start off with. But don't be afraid. You're not really going to hurt the car. I'm going to give it some fuel. Then we're going to start it. You know, when you start to do this, it becomes easier with time. So there is a little bit of stumble on the beginning, but I think that's because the Holley idle controls are actually starting to do their thing and they're pulling and adding timing. So hopefully you learned a little bit from this video. This is all you really need to do to set up your throttle blade. It's stupid simple. And yeah. If you like what you saw, if you like this little tip, give me a like, you know, share it with your other Holley buddies that, you know, are having issues setting their set screw. And yeah, I hope you like it, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next episode.